So thanks for joining us, everybody at home. Very special episode, if you will. We haven't done one of these in a little bit. We're going to get back, knock the dust off and get back into this. I love doing this stuff. I was excited all day to get this group together. We have a very special group. We have a lot of things to talk about, some announcements. For one, right off the top, we are creating a weekly Gutter Live. That is myself and Colin DeHaan. We're partnering and co-hosting this thing. It's going to be found exclusively inside of GutterApp. We're slowly transitioning to that. I don't only want to say slowly. It's a gradual. In the next couple weeks, we're just finishing the interface where the Gutter Live will be housed. We're going to do it weekly. We're going to do it together. We're going to have some amazing guests. We're going to have multiple guests. We're going to have a lot of fun with it. This is a little touch and a taste on what it is. Colin, what's up, man? Say hi to everybody.
Well, howdy, everybody. I'm super glad to be doing this. I think Frank covered everything. Well, I was sharing that on the Gutter Installers page. So hopefully we get dozens of people watching this thing live, and we can have some fun. We've been working out some kinks here, getting this thing started. And I'm sorry, everybody. You guys missed so many good jokes.
We've been ripping for about a good 30 minutes as we were knocking out some technical issues, but
definitely nonstop too.
Well, we have a couple guests here. Let's introduce our guests so we could all get to the ha-has collectively. Colin, who do we have tonight?
Yeah. So first, we got Kyle Greer. Kyle, I'm going to let you kind of intro yourself. I know a little bit about you from golfing at Top Golf a year ago, but I want you to intro yourself. Yeah, rock and roll, man. Go for it.
Sweet. Hey, guys. Welcome.
What's up, Kyle?
Thanks for having me on here, guys. I'm so pumped to be here. This is killer. My name's Kyle Greer. I own and operate Texas Gutter Guys with my wife, Brittany. I'm a sales guy. Like, that's what we do. We live, talk, sleep, sales. Our minds are always in the gutter. It's a lot of fun.
Thanks for joining us, buddy.
Yeah.
We have a lot to talk to you about.
I'm excited to talk to dig in a little bit more with you and your marketing prowess, and then obviously your history at Leaf Filter.
Yes, everybody wants to know about that.
Slayer. So I'm excited to dig into that. And then we have Seth Forrestier.
That's it.
Oh, look at that. I got it. So I've never met Seth, but he and I have gone back and forth a little bit on social media. So I'm excited to talk about a little bit of that.
Yeah, social media, man. Let's hash that out. Let's talk about that.
We're all friends.
Oh, gosh. Well, let's let Seth intro himself first, and we'll kind of like segue into that. Is that fair, Frank?
It sounds good to me. Obviously, he's sitting in studio with me. So this Texan, this country boy, is up here in Connecticut right now. He's been here for 2 days. Seth, why are you here? What are you doing? What are you about?
So obviously, I'm Seth Forrestier. I own the Gutter Guy in Northeast Texas, and I'm up here filming for Gutter School, and I drove a half-round machine up here last week, so we've just been
Gutter School? What's Gutter School? What's that about? Tell me more, man.
Yeah.
We're having a good time up here. I finished up filming what we needed today, so I get to go home tomorrow. Nice 25-hour drive home.
This guy's a master technician. He just put on a clinic for 2 days, and he came here so we could film it. Seth is a phenomenal installer, and that's his realm, and that's why he's here. I mean, we all kind of have our chops in different realms, but I've been enjoying Seth the last couple of days.
So real quick though, Seth, you're like master whiz kid on everything, and so you came up to film for Gutter School. And Frank, can you tell us more what Gutter School is?
Absolutely.
Like, where do people access this and whatever else?
So, I mean, I think a common theme here in this group is, the give back to the industry. I think it's a theme that runs through all of us individually and having conversations with each of you, and why you certainly were invited here is we have that running through our bloodstream where we all are very good at what we do. We're excelling in our own right, and we understand the value of the give back, right? So, and we each have probably our own passions behind why we do it or in what way we want to contribute. But for me, I'm building GutterApp. It's we're almost 3 years in on it. We have a huge push, a new massive build that'll be live in the next couple of days. We're probably 7 days away from pushing the button and doing a massive update for any of you that have it on your phone now or don't have it. And that is, and by the way, that build is free. Okay, that app is free. That was a decision we made internally about 6 months ago. We ripped down all the paywalls. We're giving that out free. Now, in addition to that, Gutter School, which, by the way, this is an announcement. Nobody even knows about this because this is something that we hashed out over a couple beers last night. We've been working on this concept for a while. Seth is a partner with me. He's 50-50 partners with me on Gutter School. And I identified him as the whiz that you just mentioned. And he said, I'm in. So that was, I don't know, 8 months ago. And we put a bunch of content together over the summer.
Yep.
And we're both busy guys. He's, crazy running his company and I have mine. And we paused because we just got bananas. And then we came back after a small respite and put together a bunch more content. So we just had a huge push. We both agreed that, again, that we were going to monetize that. But we decided collectively, rip down the paywall, just go bananas, put it inside the app alongside. It's not a freemium model where, all right, get in the app and then pay for Gutter School. We were thinking about doing that, and rightfully so. This dude is willing to show his phenomenal skill set and allow us to cut it up and, professionally produce segments and give it away for free. So that's
it's super exciting.
Yeah.
I'm really excited that we have a free model. Makes me really happy.
Makes me happy that you're happy. What do you think about it? What's your vision with this? What are we doing?
Well, we had been talking about this at home. I train a lot of local companies. They'll send their new hires to me. We'll do like a 1 or 2 day kind of test run with them. I'll try to get them up to speed so they can get right into this new company. And then I'll have just other gutter guys come in on their own and take one of my 1 day classes where we go over everything from basic machine adjustment to, half round hand mitered corners, whatever they ask for. And Frank and I got to talking about this, and we came up with the idea of just filming everything and then cutting it up into pieces with video tags and everything. That way you can search, hey, I need to know how to do XYZ, and actually have a resource to get that information. And so we started filming it up, and it was going all right, but it's a lot of work trying to film stuff. There's a reason something like this doesn't exist.
That's right. It's an undertaking, man.
It is a lot of work.
Tons of fun.
It's fun, but trying to teaching is one thing, and I can teach all day long without going over extra material. But when you try to film it, you're like, no, I need to say this thing, and I can't say oh but or oh but. I got to get it right the first time.
Element of pressure,
and so we're putting all this work into it, and it's like, well, we need to monetize this because I've put months of work into this, but I don't want to charge for it because that's just not how it works. And then Frank brought it up to me that we have a way to make this free, and I was like, yes, absolutely, let's make it free. So for what I expect to see from it, or what I hope to see from it, I want to see half the gutter guys in the industry, whatever their skill level, just download the app and look at the videos. There's probably 10 seconds of something that might help you.
Absolutely.
And you don't have to pay a dime for it. So
So many little. If you're watching this guy work, there's so many little goodies. You know, just even like his technique with a hand tool or how he flips it and turns it, and you know, it's just the little nuances. He started installing gutter at 7 years old.
Yeah.
7 years old. I think I'm an old goat.
Wow.
You know, I'm 23 years in this. He's got 29 years in, and he's like 10 years younger than me. This is like, how do you? I can't even do the Chinese math on that. I don't understand. But somehow, some way, he's the whiz kid, and so we've identified that. So I'm super excited. There's so much to this, right?
We started off with just like a K style course, like literally starts at what tools we use on a trailer, how to organize a trailer, where things should be, and then it goes through parts. Here's what every one of these parts are, and then we're working on box gutter half round right now, and next couple weeks we're going to be working on straight face and 2 more box profiles. And then like when it comes to just like specialty parts and stuff, we got a video for vampire hangers or just every type of leaf guard, how they work, why they exist, when to use them, when not to use them, all that kind of stuff. And it's trying to be directly for installers.
For you guys at home, and I'll tell like Colin and Kyle listening in, I have to tell you, I've been at this for a long time, right? With gutter school, I had guys flying into Connecticut for years, and I couldn't do it. It was it just became too taxing. I'd be working, 60 hours, 70 hours a week, Monday to Friday, and then someone flies in, and then I'm working on weekend, and I just couldn't sustain it. I enjoyed the idea of it, but I'm like, there's got to be more here. For all you guys at home that been, follow me, follow these guys, have been sort of tracking the progress of this, or have reached out. I have hundreds of you guys, hundreds. I haven't forgotten about you. I have all your contact info. And finally, I'm building layers on this, and I'm doing it for free with my friends, but I have the professor here, right? And he's willing to give you the goods. It's all coming to you guys for free, and thank you for being so patient. We have all of your contact info. We're going to touch each and every one of you to make sure you're getting your hands on this stuff. The next best thing to doing it live is having a video that you could watch 100 times. You could watch it again and again and again, or reach out or come visit us or, get together with us at lives.
I intend to have contact information on this too. So like,
Oof, that's a huge commitment.
I have contact information everywhere, but let's say I do this locally and I intend to bring this to the whole platform here. You got a specific question? You want a specific video made about how to do XYZ? We'll pump that video out.
Yeah.
It might take me 10 days to get to it, realistically, but we can pump it out.
Much like the app build itself, it's like community based. That's really the vision here, is like build what's needed based on feedback. Same thing with like features in the app, right? Same idea. So the school, it should be driven by the need and what the feedback is. This is something, I'm talking with Kyle Greer. Kyle is a hell of a salesman. If you spend 2 minutes with Kyle, he brightens right up. He's like a light bulb, and he's very charming and unassuming. And then, there's no guard. He's not guarded at all. He's just one of those people persons, but he's got a lot of those little goodies in his sales pouch, a lot of those one-liners or hard close, hard angle closes, and how to guide a customer through the sales process. I love that about him, and we share that in common. And we're talking, I think we would have, I think Kyle would be interested, and we're going to talk offline, but we're embellishing the school. The school's not just technical. You need to learn about sales and marketing as well. So there's going to be all kinds of packages here. Colin, it's open door with you, man. You and I are talking about all kinds of stuff. A lot of synergy with us, and we talk all the time, but we're jazzed up about this. And Seth is a trooper, man. He drove thousands of miles to be here. We got some killer content. So that's what's up over here in Connecticut.
And I saw a post, I think it was like 1 or 2 days ago, Seth, where you just bought another 1 or 2 machines, and you're up to, what is it now, 11?
11. Yeah,
11 different profiles.
He was trying to figure out how to take the RainPro machine I have today. He couldn't
as a collector, I'm like,
he couldn't leave without trying to figure out how to get that thing down to Texas.
A, B, C, D. All the letters of the alphabet profiles in his shop.
I'm saying.
And we move all but one of them like regularly. They don't just sit and collect dust. The New Tech embossed gutter, literally, I've had it for 12 years and sold 2 jobs in it. But everything else literally moves every week.
Amazing.
And so I commented on that, and I was just like, how do you sell this many different profiles? Do you bring that many samples into your houses? Like what does that look like, and how do you market?
So I'm on about probably 95% of my quotes. I have a couple guys that quote for me, just installers. But for the most part, it's me out there, and I do carry a sample board of all the different styles, and I don't necessarily push different styles on every house. I'm a big architecture nut, and I want the gutter to work with the architecture. And so when I get to a house, I usually push K-style because, let's face it, K-style is a good shape. It looks good. Right. It's strong.
And it's functional.
It's functional. But we have a lot of custom home builders where I am, and architecture is a big thing. And, we have these angular straight houses, or we have round houses. We have a lot of turrets where we are. And so yesterday we get to a house, has a metal roof that they put a 2x2 edging over the R panel so you don't see the humps and valleys. And it has angled fascia. And so it has this very strong angle look to it. And I said, look, I have this straight face gutter right here where when I'm done, your house won't change. I won't take anything away from the shape of your house.
That was done for a reason. Why would you hide the architectural element to that slant? Right.
And so that's my sales approach to this is I usually pick like one extra thing and then just kind of push that one specific extra thing to that customer.
Right. How does that play out for you? I mean, are customers pretty receptive to your you trying to do that?
I would say I have about a 70% success rate selling an extra profile, but that is compounded by the fact that I'm actually choosing who to sell to. So I'm not sure I could have a 15% sales rate if I just flat push to everyone. But my specific sales pitch and how I show up to the customer, if I bring an extra profile and recommend it, it's a pretty sure thing that I'm going to sell that extra profile.
Nice. You see what he's doing, right? With his brand and first of all, he is who he says he is. He's definitely like super savant when it comes to, you have 11 machines. You're obviously a savant. Like you are deeply passionate about
and very opinionated
gutter and all things about it. So to me on the outside, like if he shows up at your house, if you're into the custom gutter guy thing, like you're hiring him. Right. That's how he smokes out the competition.
That's what I market as well. So I'm just very open about that to everyone. Like we do what everyone else doesn't do.
It's brilliant. Very effective.
That's right.
You find that niche margin, you hit it.
Yes, and it actually, I can play well with others, especially in my market. I've got a lot of really good competition, and I send them excess K-style work, and this has happened so many times that I can't count. They will be standing in Synox getting material. They'll get a call about some specialty thing. They will literally hand me their phone and say, sell this job. And then
that's awesome.
And they're like, we don't want it. And I'll tell them, I'll teach you how to do it. You can come to the shop. I'll show you how to do it. They're like, no, we just want to keep hanging K-style. You do this stuff, we'll hang the K-style.
I would say 95% of the industry is They have one machine, one profile. They become one trick Johnny, and that's all they do. Like I'm the
Some of them
6K
get
guy,
really good at it.
right? So like for you to be the outlier, like anything could swing your way. You know,
Right.
you're not stuck into this little pigeonhole of
Right.
I only do this one thing. This is it.
I also try to, give back to them. I don't just take, because that gets old. But
You would do really well here in this market, to be honest with you, because there's so much going on architecturally.
I think if you you're going to get stomped on no matter what. But if you play nice, you can play that way in most markets. Your back might get a little sore from all the knives, but it still works.
I'm from New York. I don't talk about knives and backs. I talk about other things that get sore. Mike Pollan, what's he? He's got a question.
I use the old gutter school videos as a training guide homework.
Nice.
Sweet.
Yeah.
My old ones?
I guess so, yeah.
Sweet.
Well, he doesn't.
Thanks, Mike. What's going on, Mike Pollan? Now it's
Hey, Mike.
you know what? We're transitioning over to Seth's pretty face. So, Kyle, what say you? Let's talk about what you're up to, man. What's going on with you?
Oh, just pounding away, man. It's almost like people can't say no to us. It's awesome. We're just rocking and rolling over here. I started at Leaf Filter, as y'all said earlier, and I slowly made myself up the ranks and found out that I maxed out where I was going to be there. Everybody has their opinions about Leaf Filter, and I understand, guys. They're the people that come in and hammer until people buy. But at the end of the day, they are high priced, and they sell 80% of the people they sit down with, and that's something crazy.
That gets my attention. Let's, I want to hear more about that.
Yeah, right. And they're selling that many people. Not being the cheapest guys out there,
Right.
but the most expensive.
Yeah, so
Because
something's
they do
working.
something that nobody else does.
They have a very unique format.
Exactly.
There's a reason they do $2 billion a year. Wow.
Yeah. With 100 and I think it's like 187 locations now.
Well, so tell us, what is to be learned from that secret sauce or that formula? Like, what's the takeaway that we should pay attention to, the four of us, or the guys at home particularly? Like, what's the takeaway here?
Honestly, the takeaway is this: when you go to a customer's house, don't walk up and say, "Hey, I'm going to measure your house, measure it," and then say, "Hey, I'm going to email you a bid and have a nice day." There's no secret sauce there. There's no dessert. There's no explaining what exactly you do. And then you're leaving it up to the customer to do the research on your company and the other companies, and they're not going to. They're not going to do your job. They're going to pick the guy that is educating them on their process and how they're going to install it, what have you. To give you all an idea of what we do. Go ahead, Frank.
No. I'm sorry. You were
Keep going.
No, you're good. When we get to a job, we walk up, knock on the door, and don't crowd the door. Don't make people feel like you're trying to walk into the front door. Step back, introduce yourself, and then say, "Well, you're here to measure, right? Actually, can we walk around real quick and take a look at what you're looking for here?" And they'll go, "Yeah, we just want gutters." And it's like, "Oh, well, how long have y'all lived here?" 20 years. What makes you want to get gutters now? And then they tell you, well, we see some erosion around the foundation. Some of our neighbors had some foundation work. And, that we're really nervous about that. They just gave you 3 reasons why they're going to say yes to you if you educate them on how gutters are going to protect their landscaping, their foundation.
Oh, yeah.
And they're not going to have to go down the same road that their neighbors have.
And they also showed you that fear factor, right?
Exactly, right? So then you walk around with them, you point out everything that gutters protect. The roof line, the soffit, the siding, protect your house from mold. I tell everybody, hey guys, these windows are not waterproof, they're water resistant. You don't see this type of window on a submarine. Your air conditioner is not waterproof. You don't see this kind of air conditioner on top of a submarine. It's water resistant. Your foundation, you want to protect all that stuff. This is the biggest investment of your life, and you explain all that to them. If you're in a market like we are, like Seth and I are in Texas, where there is no code, there is no insurance requirements, there is no right or wrong way to do it in the state of Texas. Explain to them that you are insured. Explain to them how you install it. I mean, we literally tell everybody exactly how our installers are going to install the job. That way, there is no guessing. We're not the gamble. We're the sure thing. We're going to do it right the first time. Or we're going to come back and fix it, and you're not going to have to blow us up or leave us reviews and all this other stuff. We're just going to do it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, it's not super difficult. It's just people don't realize that that's how you're supposed to do it because they've never had to do it like that.
So what do you guys think? I mean, you, first of all, amazing insight there. And that, you had me sold. I'm like, we all get wowed. But what do you guys think? To me, the biggest hurdle is not necessarily for contractors. It's not necessarily learning like the sales. I mean, you got to have a wrap, right? You got to have a whole a scheme when you get to the house. But to me, I think it's taking a step back. I think the biggest hurdle is like fear of communicating, fear of dealing with people, disdain for it or insecurities or whatever. There's like that initial hurdle. Now, all four of us are salespeople
right now.
Yeah, you're shitting your pants.
Well, going off of that too, I think one of the other big things is customers always say when they call in for an estimate, like, I don't need to be there, do I?
I hate that.
And it's just too easy for guys to be like, oh, no, that's fine. I'll stop by and email it over to you. And it's like, what are you doing?
Guys prefer that. They want that. They're like, awesome.
Well, then I can do 10 estimates in a day versus only being able to do 3 or 4. Right.
And close
You're
10%.
throwing crap against the wall, right? There is no sales talent that's going to.
Well, they close 10%, or
because they're selling on price.
Exactly, they sell a 10%, or they sell 80, 90%, and they're the cheapest guy.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like a catch-22. Right.
Yeah. And we all know what Colin does, right? Colin, Colin's a trainer. Colin's a mentor. What do you think on Kyle's rap? Did you have any?
It's literally exactly what we like. A lot of what we teach inside of Gutter Launch, right? So, a full like questionnaire that you go through, a client discovery. What made you want to get gutters today? Right? We just constantly are asking those questions.
Today.
Yeah, today. Right.
Call to action.
That's right. And something else that we do, that I teach, is I walk up to the house with like all my samples and everything. My arms are full, and the customer's almost always like, "Oh, hey, like come on in, we can put that at the table." And if they don't, I can just if they don't ask, I can just be like, "You got somewhere I can set the stuff down?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, come on in." Right? It's the easiest foot in the door, and then we go in and
getting
do
inside is half the battle.
That's right. Yeah, it's hard to sell a $10,000 gutter system on your tailgate, right?
It's so true. Kyle, you had that anecdotal foot in the door laugh I had with you in Orlando. Were you saying?
Yeah, we were talking about that. I always take one shoe off when I knock on the door to go over the bid, and when they open the door, they go, "Oh, you don't have to take your shoes off." Oh no! When I get to heaven, I want my grandma to hug me, not hit me. And if I wear my shoes in your house, she's liable to hit me.
That's it, dude. That's so close to what I say. Like, same thing, man. If I don't take my boots off, my mom's just gonna appear and smack me upside the head. Like, and everybody laughs.
You get a laugh, man. You get a laugh.
It breaks that wall down. Yep.
How's business, Kyle? Are things heating up now? Are you in season?
Yeah. We just started getting crazy. Brittany came on board. 3 months now, man. It's been cool. Actually, I'm looking at where she sits right here. We basically share a big desk.
Cool.
And it's killer, man. She got us over 100 leads last month, just from Google Guaranteed and stuff like that.
So his wife's a marketing whiz. That's her specialty, right?
Yeah, she's the God. She's so smart. It's crazy, and she's not even watching this, so I'm not saying this. So kudos or anything, but no, she's 7 years in college, MBA. She was marketing for a massive third-party administration insurance company, and selling, doing marketing for something that's just as sexy as gutters, guys.
Sounds good.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
so-
shoot. Sounds like we got to get her on this sometime too,
No,
Frank. 'cause-
yeah, for
goodness.
real,
Wow,
she would
turn
kill
the
it.
camera.
Right.
Turn the camera, right?
They're a phenomenal couple. They complement each other very well. They're one's more bubbly than the next. It's incredible to share a space with the two of them. They're high energy and just amazing people.
Her favorite color is glitter.
There you go. Well, is it like, tell us about that. So your business is only what, like 3 years old, Kyle?
3 years in September. Yeah.
It'll be 3 years old in September. Like
Yeah.
incredible what you guys have already done.
Yeah.
But one of my favorite things when I first met you, you were like, "Oh, dude, you should see our Jeeps." And I wish like you could share your screen and show us your Jeeps. But
Yeah.
tell us about your wrapped Jeeps and like what that did for your brand outside of like in Austin, Texas.
Pay attention
People-
at home,
Yeah.
guys.
So what's really cool is that in Austin there's this. It's almost culty. It's called the Austin Jeep People, and it's crazy amount of people on it. Everybody in Austin that drives a Jeep has, they're part of this cult, the Austin Jeep People, and we all wave at each other, and we give each other ducks, and walk up and do meetups and all that stuff. So I bought a Gladiator and I wrapped it, named it GutterCon because it's a Rubicon, and I posted it on the Austin Jeep People page and just said, "Hey guys, I'm offering a special discount to anybody that drives the Jeep and that's part of AJP for gutters." And Brittany drives a Tuscadera pink Barbie Jeep. I
Awesome.
swear it is pink. It's like fuchsia pink. It actually just got lifted today. It's got a 3.5-inch metal cloak dual zone lift on it.
Wow.
It's
Cool.
yeah. We actually use them though. Like we used our Jeeps. I don't have the Gladiator anymore. I actually have an F-150 now. I'm just another dude in a truck. But no, the Barbicon is what her Jeep is called, and we have a lot of fun, man. It's cool. We actually use them though. We rock crawl in them and have a blast.
Cool.
Nice.
It's really fun, man. It's if people started thinking about all the little stuff, like everybody has a hobby, right? I mean, I like to rock crawl. I'm sure that there's people on here that like to fish or play with RC cars or whatever, right? I mean, we're all business owners and we all play hard and work hard and do all that stuff. And when you can mix the two, it's actually really cool. We have a razor as well, and we went out to go off-roading the other day, and dude got stuck. I helped him get out of it, and he saw the razor, and I have logos on it, and he goes, "Is that your razor?" And I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "Dude, I need gutters." And I was like, "I know a guy."
Sick.
And it's
Right.
you can if you always have something on you, a shirt on, a hoodie on, whatever, people are going to notice it, and you're going to get leads out of it. It's really cool.
That's it. Be branded always.
I find that a lot of
I
guys
don't-
are scared to market. They're just like, meh, I don't like, either they devalue it or they're not brave enough to kind of put it out there and just own it and be behind it and say my every fabric is my brand. I am my brand.
Yeah.
My brand is me. I embraced that when I was, very early on in my business, and marketing is everything. It really just, if people don't know what you do, I question it. Are you even good at it? Or like, what's wrong with you that you're doing something that you're not passionate about, where you want to shout it from the top of the hill, like let everybody
That's
know
it.
what you do, man.
I do everything as the gutter guy. Like community wise, I'm the gutter
He's bowling, the gutter guy.
That's got cool shirts and taglines and stuff going.
Yeah, but I
Love that.
that's all I am. Like, I think probably as many people know me as the gutter guy as know me as Seth.
Right. It's important. And like so many people, I just had this conversation with my sales team today because one of my reps was like, man, I keep losing jobs to these, no name guys. And I'm like, well, how is that conversation going? Like, they're like, well, I'm getting other estimates. It's like, okay. And are you asking like, who do you have coming out here? They're like, no, not really. But, they tell me like I'm losing it to this guy and this guy. And, some of them are just like, just after the cheapest. Okay, cool. Well, we went down the rabbit hole of let's look at the cheapest. We had a guy come into our office wanting, because we do roofing, gutters, and windows. So this guy came in with a roof leak. And one of my reps is going to his house that afternoon. And I said, make sure you bring that up. Like, how'd you find our office? And, what brought you to our office versus someone else's office? Knowing full well, like there's no other roofing or gutter company in town that has an office, right? Let alone with a showroom. Like they have like a warehouse or something, but not actual showroom office. And my sales rep, you just saw the light bulb go off. He's like, holy crap. And they don't have their vehicles logoed. Like they're not walking around in their shirts all the time. Like I think I have like 13, 14 vehicles in our fleet now. And they're like, you can always find somebody in one of our vehicles along the main highway here. Like always, we cannot hide from you. I was like, right, exactly. Slam that down their throats.
Absolutely.
Like,
10 touches.
Right. Exactly. At least 10 touches before they call you. And it's like, if they're not proud enough to boldly display who they are and what they do on their vehicle, have an office, like even put their address on Google, why on earth would you ever want to hire that person?
Right. Well, I think it's twofold. Either they're not the right employee or you're not doing a good enough job to give them the reasons why they should go home and be proud about it. And,
Right.
Whether it's a sticker on the car or wearing your shirts on the weekends versus a work day, like,
Yeah,
you got to make them proud employees. They need to love that job.
exactly.
Give the hoodies and hats to your friends, man. My friends wear my stuff all over the place.
Oh yeah,
right.
my friends asked for it.
Oh yeah, my wife's best friend was just sent us a video in Colorado. She was snowboarding in one of our hoodies, and she's like, "Texas gutter guys."
That's right.
Little plug,
I was like, I don't need leads in Colorado.
Colin, how's launch, man? What's going on with that? Give me an update.
Yeah, Gutter Launch is going amazing. We've been, too public for almost 2 years now. And the first year and a half, we were really like, we kind of sold to everybody. And then we're like, oh, we got to figure like who we can serve best and how we can serve them best. And so like the last 7-8 months, it was just all about fulfillment. Like how can we get the most results for everybody? And we finally like dialed it in. So some, floodgates are about to open back up. You guys are going to start seeing a lot more from Gutter Launch here. And a lot of people have like this thought that Gutter Launch is for new businesses only. And initially that's kind of like what we thought it was going to be for as well. And what we've realized is like existing gutter businesses in that $400 to $1.2 million range, they're joining up and they're like 2 to 3xing like in a year. And it's like, whoa, holy cow. Like this is pretty awesome. That's who we need to be serving. So yeah, that's like our number one avatar, our existing gutter guys at this point.
Who's like the ideal candidate for your program?
The ideal candidate for our program is an existing gutter business doing like in that, at least $400,000 plus range. You get up over like 2 mil and it's really like undoing a lot of what you already have in place. Yeah, some people want that, but so like 400,000 to like 1.5 ish usually, because you can get to 1.5 pretty easily in the gutter industry, right? It's not like you have to have all these SOPs figured out. 1.5 can be one sales guy and 1.5, 2 trucks, right? So you can get there pretty easily. but yeah, that's who we serve really, really well. And their mindset has to be like, okay, I know how to like get jobs, and then I know how to do the fulfillment, but now I want to be able to teach other people how to do these things inside my business. And that needs to be the mindset. It's like, I'm ready to relinquish some control of this thing.
So it's the guy ready to kind of grow and step away from wearing all hats.
Exactly. Right. Like they're ready to step into like for me, where I'm most valuable in my business is not like being CEO or even the general manager. Where I'm most valuable is just being the networker. Like I spend my afternoons going and, presenting at real estate companies or meeting with different contractors or, like an apartment complex or whatever, right? Like that's where I spend my days, just shaking hands, kissing babies, right? That's what I love doing. That's how I'm most valuable to my company. And so like Kyle, what we've talked about so far, you're really good at sales and maybe you love doing sales, but you hate sitting behind a desk like me. And so you're like, nope, I want somebody else to sit behind the desk and handle all the production stuff. And I want my wife is handling all the marketing. And then I need a sales manager.
I want to go fishing.
There you go. You just want to go fishing. Perfect. Right. And so right. And it's like, okay, how do we do that? And so
I love teaching sales, man. It's so much fun.
Let's go. Let's go.
That's right. So
just like you, man. I mean, I love just to be out there and talking with people and meeting with people and, putting out fires. As much as it sucks to have fires, it's actually fun to see what you're capable of doing. And it's killer. It's a lot of fun, man. I have a good time doing it.
It is. It's like fun getting good at it.
For
it's
sure.
Like how big of a wildfire can I put out? Like,
without getting burned.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
What were you going to say, Seth?
I was saying that point that Colin was talking about, his target market, the people that want to relinquish control, getting to that point of wanting to relinquish control of any kind. That's a big hurdle.
Yeah. Well,
that's probably one of the biggest,
for sure,
things.
As your psychologist, I will tell you that is your biggest hurdle in life. It comes along with being a savant, by the way. It's that's why you're very good at what you do.
Let the world know that my number 2 employee is actually running my company while I'm up here.
Yeah, boy.
So
see, you gotta
delegate.
Let go and let God. I mean, you got to have a lot of mistakes too. I mean, that's all part of the process.
I took him to BinCon last year, and he just lit up. I was like, okay.
Hell yeah! Well, there's a little
GM.
There's a little secret, right? Take your number 2 or your team, if you could afford it, to an event. Go to a show because it opens their eyes.
Go to Classic Gutter and meet Augustine.
There you
go. But you have to watch because you could actually see the guys that don't engage when you bring them, and you're coming out of pocket to bring them, and they're looking up at the stars, twiddling their thumbs. They're not interested. Get them out, right? And then the ones that come alive, man, you just put the best money you could have ever invested in them. I tell you what, Colin, I have to tell you, we've known each other for years, but just Seth was there too. Kyle, you were there. We were at GutterCon, and that's a busy time of year for conventions and events, right? And everybody goes to Orlando and does the thing. Colin was having a program of his own, and he invited me to come down the street to speak for an hour. So I ran down there. And I presented, and I got on. He was gracious enough to have me on stage. He had a room full of people, man. Must have had 60, 70 people in that room, and everybody was sitting at the edge of their seats listening to this dude. Colin had the big old cowboy hat on and chains in the pockets and the thing. Colin's, cowboy Colin. But man, everybody that was there, and I could look around the room. I've been doing this a long time. I know who the owner is and then who his lackeys are. But these guys they were all dialed in, and they were there to win. They were there to learn and get something. And Colin was dishing it out.
That's cool.
Yeah, dude. Hats off to you, dude.
Well, thank you. I love watching. I'm glad you saw that because I wasn't.
You were in the moment, buddy.
I was in the moment, but
it was the fly on the wall.
Well, thank you, Frank. I appreciate that big time, and thank you for coming down. But going back to what you were saying, yeah, getting your team to those events, they don't know what they don't know. And when you bring them to events like that, their mind is opened up to so much more potential. And it shows them growth opportunity inside of your business. They don't have to just be a temporary gutter installer until they find the next big thing, right? Like it can be a career for them. And they could be like, you know what, I'm going to do this for a few years. And then I'm going to become, production manager. And then I'm going to be, GM. And like they can see that.
Totally.
It's
not just
pretty
you
darn
telling
cool.
them whispers in their ear in the office,
That's right.
You're
Exactly.
rubbing elbows with other guys.
Right. And they can see it. They can feel it.
Kyle, you've been getting around
I didn't get it.
shows, right? Like, how's your run with the shows lately?
Me?
Yeah. Maybe that's
Good. I actually have a question. Colin, so is your thing that you had in Orlando, is that for like an entire company to come down? Because I like GutterCon and then the other ones that I've been to, it seems more, geared towards the owners. And it's a lot of stuff like how to do like vehicle wraps, and if you want to sell your business, and how to run your business and all that stuff. It kind of makes me worried to take somebody there, because the next thing you know, I'm creating competition for myself. So
Yeah.
is yours geared towards like the owner and employees, or is it geared towards the owner and then they're there to watch?
I would say this. I would say it's geared more towards owners and the higher level employees.
Higher up. Okay.
Yeah. I wouldn't say like bring your technicians in, unless like, you're a smaller company and your technicians, you got a technician that is going to be your GM someday or whatever.
Okay.
Right?
Cool.
But yeah, that's we do what we call implements, where we implement sitting at the table instead of mastermind. It's an implement. And so we're masterminding, but implementing in our business right then. That way,
You got to implement.
You got to implement, right? When you go home, I'm sure you're no different than 99%. Maybe you are different because you are different. But most people
Thanks.
leave an event and they implement like one or two things of, the 700 that they learned at this event. And then they forget
Dude, I'm
about
taking
it 'cause they
notes.
get busy. Yeah.
You got to take notes, man. You got to take
Right.
notes, and then you go home and you research all of them, and you find out which ones you're going to implement, and then follow through and execute on it. And that's how you're going to grow, and that's how you're going to get, to the point where you want to be at.
Yep. That's it. I mean,
Absolutely.
I use an iPad as my notebook, and I use Good Notes. Shameless plug for Good Notes. And I have hundreds of pages of event notes. And it's like, if
Really?
I ever am sitting at my desk and I'm like, all right, I got nothing to do. It's like, okay, cool. Pull it up and like, let's go to a Funnel Hacking Live, or let's go to GutterCon, or let's go whatever. And I just scroll like, oh, I was going to do that and I never did.
Yeah.
Let's revisit that.
Oh, that's killer! Hell yeah!
Right.
I like that. I'm gonna steal that. I'm gonna implement it.
Email that to us.
Yeah, just email that over. You know what? I would love to, but nobody's going to be able to read this stuff. All right. So it's like,
Put it in the
it's
chat.
the worst
Put it in
chicken
Chat
scratch.
GPT.
There we go. Yeah. Put it in the chat. There you go.
Clean it up.
Yep.
Clean it up. Make it legible.
There we go. Yeah.
Just going for the low hanging fruit, and you went for it right there. I was going to say, don't let it make a PowerPoint for you, but at least make sure you picture the whole screen.
So I'll give
Yeah.
you a little anecdotal about shows. My younger brother worked for me for years. Well, he got his chops with me for, he was with me for like 3 years. In my younger days with the business. Again, I'm almost 23 years in. Then he branched off. I morphed my business. I was 9 years in at that time, and I bought out a partner and changed my model. I had 16 guys, and I was running 4 trucks, and it was absolute chaos. And we were pumping high volume work, and everybody was stressed out. And then I changed the model up, and I brought in 1099 subcontractors. And I told my brother, and my brother had relationships with all of my guys. It was like a family of brothers. And my brother he thought I was going to can him too. I'm like, no, you're staying. Stay with me. This is what we're going to do. He left, and he went and did his own thing. And my brother has been, ever since, like, he's essentially my competitor, right? He's 18 miles away from me in a town I used to live in. I moved away to just create a little distance and I chose to be where I am now. I'm in a real nice neighborhood and great for my business, great for my kids. But my brother, you know how brothers are. I'm the oldest, right? I'm the oldest brother. My brother's the middle child. Just the naysayer. Joe, you got to go to shows. You got to enrich. You got to self betterment. You know, look, read these guys' books. Do this. Go to nah. You think you got it all figured out, Frank? I don't know. Not my thing. Not my thing. And this went on for years. And I mean, we had our rocky times, as brothers sometimes do, but we're tight as hell. We're back, you know, rock solid the last 4 or 5 years.
That's because the Hardy Boys have to make a new book.
Frank and Joe. Yeah, that's it, man. But you know, no, it's the evolution of maturity and self-acknowledge, like understanding what you need. So now, interestingly enough, I've been doing GutterCon for years now, since the first one. It's like 4 GutterCons now. And every year, family, Christmas or functions, we just did GutterCon, and, you know, we had a booth, and I was asked to speak, and I love it. I meet all these awesome people, and I learn so many things from all these people. Joe, you should really go and do these things. Well, this year surprised the hell out of me. It was like January, first week of January or something. He sends me a text out of nowhere. Hey, what's going on with GutterCon this year? I'm like, same as every year. I mean, it's happening, and I'm going. And why do you ask? I think I want to go this year. I think I want to do this. I'm like, I didn't even give it like, you know how you get your hopes up, and then you're like, all right, awesome, and then it doesn't happen. So I didn't want to like get all razzed about it. But I'm like, if you want to go, I got your ticket. Like, I have, you know, an allotment, and I will take care of that for you. He's like, 95% sure I'm coming. I'm like, all right, cool. Then a week later, he calls me. He's like, hey, my father lives in Cape Coral, Florida. He's like, I called Dad. I'm going to kick it with Dad down there. Dad wants to come too. I'm like, is it like, is someone dying? Like, does someone have cancer in the family that I need to know? Like, what is going on? Am I dying? Like, are you guys worried that this is the last time you're going to see me? Well, the two of them came. Long story short, my brother, for all you guys out there, the naysayers that just like, I'm too cool for school. This is not for me. My brother had a friggin' amazing time. He got to meet all these cool cats, you know, everybody in the industry that was there. Any contacts I had, obviously, instantly clung. My brother's way cooler than me. So, like, he got all the cool friends now, right? And then, like, we came home, and he's like, dude, I am, like, dialed in. He took so many goodies away and so many notes and so many new angles on his business. And I'm like, this is what I've been telling you for years. I'm so happy you did it. He's like, I can't wait till next year. So, like, the most stubborn Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh, as you could ever imagine, finally gave in, and let him tell you. I mean, but to see that, it speaks volumes to anybody that might be a stick in the mud on any kind of self-betterment. It doesn't have to be GutterCon, doesn't have to be Gutter Launch. Anything that enriches and eye-opens, do it, and do it as often as you could possibly afford to do.
That's it. It's so important.
Absolutely. The networking alone is worth going.
Isn't it cool? It's so fun.
The network.
I have a group text with 4 or 5 different guys from all over the U.S., and we all just bounce stuff off of each other. It's awesome.
Hell yeah.
Right.
It's cool. I mean, and I met them all at, you know, the different conferences. It's cool shit.
I have a photo. I mean, look at Colin. Did you cut your hair? You didn't cut your hair, did you?
No, it's still there.
So look at that coif he's rocking these days.
I'm so jealous of the hair.
Oh gosh, thanks.
It's like I don't know what to do with mine, man. I'm just happy it's not all gone.
Well, I have a photo of Colin and I from Denver 4 years ago, and he had like a buzz cut, I think.
It's literally, I've always been a 1 because I do it myself. I just and that was it. And
but we look like babies in that photo, by the way. Like the stress of what we're trying to pull off here, the bags that I have. I mean, I'm like, you know.
Yeah, for those watching, we're all 20.
I get 5 years in a year, guys. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. I'm the reverse Benjamin Button. So what are we doing here collectively, gentlemen? What is our collective focus and vision for this industry? What can we achieve? Great, the synergy, 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 = 20. There's so much synergy in coming together, so much power in the math on that. What are we doing here? Seth, what are we doing?
Well, I don't know what y'all are doing, but I'm trying to bring the bar up.
All right.
Bar up. I love
So
it.
there's
Yeah.
I don't seek to put any of my competition out of business. I have some competition that I dislike very, very much, and they do horrible work. I want to see
you're out there.
I want to see their work get better.
All right, fair enough.
Agreed.
Challenge accepted.
I want bad practices to become less. Like I want to see people just get better.
A lot of people are against your mentality on that. Why do you think that it's important to
Dude,
have
my number 2 and my wife are like, why are you helping your competition? I just want to see people I want to see the industry get better. You will see me lose my shit on Facebook quite often about stuff.
No way.
Are you kidding me?
Thanks, Colin.
I got to go read that up tonight.
Dude, I lose it sometimes. I might have done that tonight.
Dang it.
But it's just like we can do better. Like I take the trade seriously. I like what I do. We can make money and do really good work that should last for a long time. And you can do that and still get repeat customers.
Hell yeah.
Like my gutter doesn't fall off of people's houses.
And be priced properly.
Right. All of those things can be. I'm trying to be nice to you two right now.
You don't need to be. Like that's what this podcast is about. Like, let's go.
Let's do it.
But no, we can make the industry better, and if we can raise the bar, or if I can raise the bar, this is my personal goal. If I can raise the bar, it doesn't make me look worse. Like it doesn't hurt me.
No.
Right. No.
100%.
We're all better for it.
I have the same vision. It's just amazing how short-sighted and blind people are to, well, what are you doing? You're helping your competitors, and why would you do that? And
I would say to all those people, have your competitors handed you their phone so you could sell a $40,000 job?
I get it, man.
Right.
Does that happen often for you? Like it happens often for me. And I give away everything.
Colin, you do a number of different things. If Seth is onto something here, right? And I mean, it's going to take everybody. But if we could raise the bar, how does that help our industry? Helping our industry, what is the value in that for each one of us individually?
This fits an analogy I shared inside of our gutter launch call.
I love analogies.
And, we've all heard all ships rise in a rising tide, right? And Seth just said, raising the bar, raising the tide doesn't make me get lower, right? He's going to keep rising with that bar unless you've got a bunch of holes in your business that are just hiding underwater. And that's that crappy mindset that so many have. If the tide is rising, well, I'm going to just sink because I got all these holes that I'm already bottomed out. So if the water goes up, I'm underwater completely, right? So there's a lot, like you said, there's a lot of really shitty installers out there. There's a lot of really shady people out there. And I by no means claim to be the best gutter installer in the world, right? Like, nope. I use box miters, all right? I'm sorry, all right? I use box miters because they're simple, and off we go.
Comments
right?
are going to go crazy.
Oh, yeah, here we go, right? But you want to know what? I still work on $1 million homes, $2 million, $3 million, $4 million homes every single day. And never once have I had a customer complain, right? In my decade in business, I've had one person request hand-cut miters, and they were a former gutter guy. Okay, cool. I'm going to charge you like $400 extra per miter. Sure. They're like, okay. And we did it. right? So it's just the way it is. Can I do them? Sure. Like I know how to do them. I'm not nearly as efficient as a Seth. I can guarantee that.
I don't do them every day. I don't want anyone to think that's like my business model is I hand miter things every day. I actually don't.
Miter strips.
I use miter strips,
yeah.
but like when we're doing copper or something or custom angles, it's just
Right.
I actually don't like them on aluminum because you have to touch them up, and I don't like paint.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
like paint.
Agreed. Looks like shit.
And
Yeah.
it's like 3 years later when it's a completely
It's
different
white.
color, yeah,
It fades.
I avoid that
Is
at
it-
all costs. I was
So-
just teaching down here when we were filming. I was just teaching how to paint the inside edge of the gutter before you put your hand miters together. That way, you get rid of the silver line
Oh,
without
right.
having paint on your gutter. 'Cause
There you go.
Overspray to me, I have nightmares about overspray. It's
Yeah.
like when you try to fix overspray, you're like, I'm not doing the piece over again. So then you're like a little more touch up, like it's going to help. Like overspray, I can put more paint, and
have
then
that-
Yeah, I had a real life actual like nightmare. It wasn't a nightmare; it was real life. I had a technician that went out, and we were putting wedges on the house, and he used the white wedges on brown gutter instead of the brown wedges, right? And so brown fascia, brown gutter, and then he put white wedges on, and I was like, "You idiot!" Like, and it was all a hip roofed house, so miters everywhere, and I was like, "You idiot!" Like. You get to go redo this whole thing, right? Like, have fun. And take it all down and put your brown.
And
He
He
didn't spray
wedges on.
paint it, did he?
oh,
He went up there and he
house.
spray painted everything.
It hurts.
And so, and like unbeknownst to me, right? I told him, "Here's your gutter coil. Go redo it all." And
oof.
he
Get the shortcut.
homeowner calls me up and is like, "Hey, can you come look at this?" And
Paint
I
my
was
house
like,
again.
yeah, we're gonna redo this. Thank God he didn't get it all over the house. It was just tiger stripes on the bottom of the gutter all the way down, and someone got an ass chewing that day. But yeah, real life happened. So
I hate it when I'm going on like I check all the jobs usually a day or two later. I'll drive around and pulling up to one, and like you turn down the road and you can see the top of the downspout is a different color or something. It's like, no,
I'm not going. I can't even look at it.
Oh man, I don't have that problem. I'm colorblind.
It's like you can see the spray paint glare. And it's like, no, don't. I don't want to see that.
Been there. So you guys know I do drainage, right? So like what we'll do now, it's such an easy play is we cross sell. So if I go in for drainage, I always cross sell and talk about the gutter system, and then either I'll sell it or I'll have my wife step in and represent, and she'll sell the gutter system. So I had like a really like an average drainage system, which averages about $50,000 drainage system. Got that approved. It was an older lady. She hadn't done much to the house in a while. The house was in decent shape, but like needed like a solid paint job, but the trim was just painted, and it was red, and she was very, very particular about this red. So my wife came out, sold the gutter job, got approved, wanted it in red. We get the red in. We hadn't done a red job in like 10 years. We really don't do red out here. Do the red job. Of course, I don't. You're not getting pipe cleats in red. You got to paint everything. So they had screws, they had downspout, elbows, gutter in the red. The pipe cleats just needed to be painted. Well, these idiots put the pipe cleats on the downspouts, still white. Now I'm anal. You have to sandpaper a white pipe cleat for me because high gloss doesn't take paint that well. Everything else, if you have a flatter paint finish, it'll accept a spray paint. But high gloss doesn't like that.
At
So
least
you
the
gotta-
acetone.
Got to
white,
rough it up
something.
or hit it with primer, but they clearly, it was an afterthought. I couldn't believe what I saw. So I went back to inspect the drainage system, and the lady's like, and come over here. I'm like, oh shit, where are we going? She's like, around the back. And I'm like, it's clearly not my job. It's we're going to go look at the gutter system. I don't even know what is coming my way. This is like holding my breath. I go around the corner, every pipe cleat. Somebody went back and painted them with spray paint, didn't put any backer behind it or any carve, spray painted right. Like they tried to be neat about it, But like, how neat can you be when it's like throwing a hot dog down the hallway? Like, what are we doing here? Like, you're spraying the house with the spray paint, overspray all over the place. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I had that kid back there within like 3 hours painting the effing corner boards. Like, bro, what? Like, did you wake up with your eyes closed today? Like, I can't even. That's like criminal. That's a criminal move. Like, you did that on purpose. That's flagrant, bro. That's unbelievable. So, I mean,
almost as flagrant as you saying throwing a hot dog down the hallway. So,
Yeah, I was wondering where that
good one. Though. I'm glad I got that in.
Kyle,
I'm going to use that one often now. That's a good one.
Oh gosh, Frank. Sorry, I had to call you out on that one.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think all of us could admit our failures. Like, nobody's perfect. It's how you handle it. And I'm never get on camera and say, I'm the best. I'm so good at this. And I'm the dude. I've seen all kinds of mistakes. And you could prepare your team to the nines, and people are still going to disappoint. It's just part of the game. Sad.
You got to fail to succeed.
Yeah.
and sometimes even when you're doing good, like, I mean, we had a job that someone rejected a color today and it didn't go horribly well. Customer's still happy, but like, it happens.
Can't win them all.
Happens. Like,
That's right.
It's how you recover, and hopefully the percentages are low. But like, if 6% of your work every year is like some sort of a hiccupy event, but you still get the review, like at the end you fix it.
That's
you
right.
may have to eat a little poo poo in doing it, or you're burning up some extra labor hours. It's all part of the game, and we talked about that earlier. It's like, all right, what's the lesson? What was the lesson in that F up? How do you instruct your employee to level up and learn from that? Like, take that as a little classroom session.
I've
Pain in the butt, though, man.
It's just one of those things you have to deal with.
We wanted to do, Colin. We talked earlier. We wanted to do. Actually, Seth has the answer I'm looking for. But what we wanted to do was take a call or a question from people at home. Like a help me question. What Colin and I want to do weekly, by the way, and we'll put it out there in advance so that people at home can reach out. You could DM me. You could do it anonymously if you don't want me to say who you are. If you want to go out and be a champ about it and give us your name, we'll talk. We'll give a shout out. Your name, your business name, where you are, and give us your question. And we just think that, especially when we have this like a group element here, if we all plug in on a cool question. Seth had one, and I think it was a great one. It was miter related. Seth, what was that?
Yeah, somebody asked on Facebook today, why am I having so much trouble with round strip miters? And I said, because they're hard. They're very difficult to get right. And if you're like if you're just starting half round and you're like, wow, I can't get these miters to fit, it's not because you're an idiot.
All right. So what is the complication technically? Is it the roll in the gutter?
It depends on which supplier you have.
In the hanger the right way?
So if you got a round gutter, your backs have got to be perfectly aligned. If your backs are offset,
90 or the height?
Yes, the height of the back hem on the gutter,
right.
If that's not perfect, you're going to fight that corner. Now, this is not a plug for one supplier over another, but Synox's strip miters for round are the best, and nobody else is compared to them because everyone else's strip miter for round is short on the back. And now all of ABC miters are short on the back, but Synox's half round miters, you can feel with your finger and line the back up first, and it will always land perfect on the front.
Yeah.
And
so you use your fingers to create a stop
on the back side of the gutter where your two hems come together. You slide that miter in until it's flush, and that's when you know that the front's going to be perfect. And you really need to start from the back on half round miters because you need to be able to have your thumbs under that front lip and pull it tight and get everything together. And
it depends on what hanger you're using because you might be off that fascia.
I'm so glad we have a gutter guru on this.
I'm telling you.
Guy guru.
How cool is this?
Right.
We're going to film a video as soon as I get back home because I have everything at my shop to do it. We did a little sample yesterday with like 7 different types of half round hanger.
Yes.
And you can see how each hanger holds the gutter a little bit different. That will also change how your miters fit.
Pretty interesting to see all 7 of them on a stretch that might have been 3 feet long, to like look down the length of that reverse speed half round and see the variation in how that hanger marries to the gutter. I mean, they're all slightly different.
The biggest takeaway from that board is stop using number 10s.
Okay,
Sorry,
you guys at home. This is all not all I'm privy to, but we do a lot of number 10 work, even with copper, the combo hangers, the number 10 combo hangers with the spring clip. I can't stand them.
Stop.
I'm done with them. I'm done with them. And Seth has some great options.
Yes, this is not. I have no feelings about these strong backs with Augustine, but buy classic gutters strong back hanger.
Yeah,
it is
for a number of design reasons that I saw.
It is the best cradle hanger there is, and they're cheaper than everything else, and they're thicker and they're stronger, and I can do pull-ups on 2 hangers.
It's a 1 screw
on half
hanger.
round.
It's a 1
on
screw
1
hanger?
screw.
What do you guys do? You guys do much half round, Kyle, Colin?
Nope.
None, right?
I'll sum it up. 0.
Yeah, I have people that I do sub work just like you, Frank, and I have a couple of guys that do half round. We just did a half round external spring clip copper job for a customer just last week, actually. We do maybe 5 or 6 a year.
So number 10s?
Not a lot.
What do you generally go with?
I don't know what that is.
Oh, hey, George brought
George
it up
got
here
it.
for us.
Here it is. Here's the mock-up.
There we go.
He really brought a nice array of hangers.
Oh, that's classic stuff, right?
So the 3 on the far end closest to the camera, yep, those are classic. Then you've got some internal brackets. I do not have the classic beast in here because I didn't bring one with me. But this is your number 10.
This one?
Yep. That's also really great. People look at that and they're like, I don't want a plastic hanger. It's not plastic, and you're not going to break it. You can stand on that thing. You can put a wrench on it. It's not going to break.
Look at the screw on this thing.
He had those custom made, and this is what really impresses me about people that are in the industry, from the industry, and actually make products for the industry. He had those custom made with 1/4-inch heads on them. It's a 5/16 screw with a 1/4-inch head, so you don't have to use drivers.
That's incredible,
crazy, man.
That's so ingenious.
This
It's the little
as a craftsman myself, like I was carpenter, finish guy, whatever before gutter guy, and like I can build a whole house, not having to change bits. Like huge lifesaver on a job site. Like,
well, Augustine needs like serious props for that, because if you talk to him, he'll tell you how expensive that screw was to manufacture. But that's like when you buy stuff from, let's say, Classic Gutter in this case, you're getting products that are like literally made for us by people who install them. Right. And so it's been thought about. And when I say that strong back hanger is the best stamped hanger, I've literally used every single one. They're the best, period.
There you go.
Sweet.
Yeah, no, they're cool. I actually talked to Augustine at the IRE in San Antonio.
Yep.
And he had a booth there, and we were chatting it up, and he sent me these, and then the other I don't know. I don't do enough half round to know what they're called, but the external.
That's the yep.
Okay, got it. Yeah, that he sent me some of those, and they're killer. And then he called and followed up. Like, his customer service is killer as well.
He's awesome.
Sweet.
He's got some for me right now. He's stamping those in copper for me right now. We have one like either next week or the following week. I didn't get the order to him in time, but that was my builder's fault, not mine. But he's stamping those in copper for us, so we're gonna have some footage of those. And just like your number 10 circle and spring, like you were just saying, it's a third of that price.
Really? Yeah, I didn't care for the price of those.
I ordered a box for a job, for a demo job. Like, they just wanted to see a section, and I ordered some. we did this little piece, and I'm like looking at my Synox invoices. I'm like, what the hell is this? I'm like, oh, yeah. Right. That was the 15 hangers that I ordered.
Right.
Yeah, it's like $3,000. It's like, are you sending me coil?
That's like the biggest salesman mistake when they price a job and they don't factor in like custom hangers or those, juicy, expensive hangers. Like it's like, whoops, yep, you blew that one.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah. It's easy to watch your profits disappear if you don't, properly price a job.
Yep, and that's why you need gutter school, so you know what the different products are.
Dude, I'm loving this. I'm learning right now. This is killer.
Yeah. Hey, listen, so Colin and I were talking earlier too. We'd love your opinions on future guests for this show of ours.
Right.
What do you guys think would be interesting industry guests for us? It could be, any walk of life.
Augustine, we're on the topic. Augustine would be killer on here.
Yeah.
He's already on our list.
He is on the list.
Yeah, I bet.
We're talking
what about,
gutter guys, private equity, suppliers, marketing, like anything.
Yeah.
Right?
Tommy and Kevin are always a good time.
Yeah, they are. Those
Who
guys,
is that?
The
Bro Shoe guys.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah, they're fun.
Oh, they'll be on.
Yeah, I mean,
all right, let's talk maybe even just industry or job type. What would be interesting, Kyle, for you for your purview, your desk, your business? If we have attorneys that are going to talk about proper contracts, right, and how to legally protect yourself and defend yourself against lunatics and other flying objects.
There's so much that needs to be on here. Obviously, you need somebody like that does marketing, right? Somebody that can help market your business. You need somebody that can help you do, tax stuff, CPA, bookkeeping. I mean, dude, I was open for 8 months and my wife's friend was like, who does your bookkeeping? And I was like, I don't know. My bank account's not empty. So I don't know. What do I need a bookkeeper for?
Yeah.
And, a lot of people think like that. Now I have a bookkeeper, I have a payroll person, I have all kinds of stuff. And, somebody that can basically tell you business in a box and tell you everything you need. I think that would be killer.
Oh yeah.
Some HR.
Nobody likes HR.
Nobody likes HR, but if you have like a fight between so I bought out another company. I bought out the second company this last year, and I took in their employees, and I've never thought about doing HR before. And then we had like a conflict, and it's like, oh, well, now I have to deal with this. You'd have to vet these people before, obviously, but it would be really cool to have someone who's like really good at business HR, who's not, Toby from The Office, but like that would be really helpful to have someone. Obviously, you're not going to get Simon Sinek.
It's actually a great business idea for somebody that wanted to like be industry specific and sort of like outsource. Like, hey, I'm your guy when you need us.
Yeah, I'm the gutter guy HR person. Yeah.
Isn't somebody kind of doing that? Megan Waltz doesn't do that, but I thought wasn't there someone in that realm that
there's CFOs. I've had a few messages like, hey, I want to be like a fractional CFO inside your gutter launch program. It's like, okay, like I'll talk to you when I want to, but
I don't know.
Yeah, I've had some of those, but not HR.
With AI and stuff, like to create employee contract, to me, it's like it all starts with the contract. If you have a good, sound, strong employee contract.
I heard a guy one time say you could just start with AI and make your contracts.
Well, I'm saying now you can, right? So like, this is still where I'm like, I've been doing it so long without AI that I'm like resistant. Although we use it a lot for other things.
I was not saying use it for that. That was completely tongue in cheek.
What I'm saying is
implement it.
Yeah,
that was a live Seth Facebook comment. I think is what we just experienced.
2 feet away from me. This might not end too well. But I mean, if you have like a really strong employee contract, then it's just navigating that together. Like just.
I don't know. There's a little bit like sometimes you just need to know how people work and we don't seem to come with a manual. And if there's some people out there who like have experience in HR, like that are actually good at it, that would be pretty interesting. Like,
That's right.
I mean, which of the gutter guys has the most employees, and how do they deal with them? Like, and
So
like,
you know, Michael Corey
Yeah.
Jake's doing a great job with that. I think.
Yeah.
There was a shout from the back of the studio. It was a VA in the Philippines joke that was it was funny, but had to be there.
Yeah. Colin and I got left out of that one.
yeah, so I do it.
I'm sorry, you don't see in your Facebook feed the little ads. There's one that cracks me up. There's like a dude that like has stopped on his scooter and he's now taken off his helmet and he turns to the camera and he's like, "Hi, I'm Johnny. I'm in the Philippines and I could do anything for you." He puts his little helmet back on. And he just scoots away and that's it. That's the commercial. You're like, what? Like,
What do you do?
what? This is amazing. Johnny's so affordable. I'm going to hire Johnny. I got all kinds of things I need here.
It's literally a
Johnny.
paid ad. It's a literal paid ad.
It's a paid ad. And it comes up all the time. I'm like, wow.
That's amazing.
Yes.
That is good.
It's creative. at
Killing
least.
it.
You should click on it.
You'll never leave me alone.
Oh goodness
That's
gracious!
great. You know, it would be really cool to have, you know, people on here that specialize in gutter guards, specialize in all that stuff. I mean, it's the sky's the limit, guys. I mean, everything that we go through on a day-to-day basis running a business, these guys are going through as well. And you know, I'm looking to learn as much as I teach. And just like Seth, man, I mean, I want to grow this industry and bring us up here because at the end of the day, you know, when people are doing things wrong, it doesn't help us. It only hurts everybody. And when everybody's doing it right, I mean, I can't tell you how many times I walk up to a job and they, you know, ask me, "Hey, you know, I had the gutters put up here in the front. What do you think?" And I look at them and I go, "Well, they're, you know, installed with the drip edge on the backside. Hangers are 5 feet apart.
Right.
They didn't put silicone in the corners. Yeah, they did an X cut for the downspout. It's
like
it could have been done a lot better."
Well, all right. So you're spot on, and Colin and I will definitely go that route. But just a off question, for as an old leaf filter guy, what do you use for gutter covers now? He's
very loud.
in the corner of the studio.
That was the quietest Kyle's ever been.
he doesn't want to tell us. I don't think.
Probably.
No, I'll tell you guys. I don't care. I mean, I'm happy to share this sauce. No, I use a micro mesh guard, and a lot of people use micro mesh guards. But the problem with the majority of micro mesh guards is there's nothing underneath to break the surface tension of the water. So they typically have some zigzag pattern on them, or they have some drop in the front that just ends up collecting debris. I use one that has basically their troughs that run along the bottom of it to break that surface tension and draw the water in. Mm-hmm. And it's made out of gutter coil, and then it's crimped in, so there's no silicone that's going to, you know, basically get heated up with the UV rays.
Is that the one that was at GutterCon this year?
No, it's not. No, it's not that one. I don't have an opinion on that one. I was talking to some other people that use that product, and they seem to like it. I did like the corners they had there, though. Those were kind of neat. Did you see those?
Yeah, the extended corners.
Yeah, they were kind of neat, so that you don't have a diverter there, because, you know, I always tell all my customers.
They call them like super miters or something like that.
Yeah, super miter. It was cool, and I always tell my customers
their leaf guard. Yeah, it wasn't just the gutter; it was like the leaf guard did that. It was,
yeah. Who is that? Extreme gutter guard?
It might have been.
I don't know. I have like some big ass cup from them.
Yeah, they won't.
I have the loud cup from them. It was this one, Leaf Solutions. That's who it was.
I tried to buy just their corner pieces. And
they won't do it.
No,
you have to buy their gutter covers. And, you know, at the end of the day, they told me that because they hand make all of them, so they can't keep up with supply if they did that.
Guys,
but
Philippines. Johnny.
Oh, sorry.
I can do anything for you.
Johnny. No, so I tell my customers up front, I get it out of the way. There's no such thing as maintenance free. I don't care what anybody tells you. Nothing in this world is maintenance free. You go to the doctor. You
Bingo.
have to check yourself. You got to do all this stuff. But my gutter covers will be the least maintenance because it's as easy as pointing a leaf blower up at the inside corners because that's the only place that debris is going to chill out on mine.
Yep.
And they love it.
Sweet.
You know what we started doing because of that? Because no matter how many times you tell them, like a year later, you get a call like, "Hey, my gutters are leaking." You're like, "When was the last time you cleaned off your gutter guards?"
You know how I know you didn't clean them? Because I didn't clean them. You didn't.
Yeah.
Or I called you and you ignored me. You know, my staff did not get you, and we didn't clean them. And nobody cleaned those.
Right. What we started doing is when people buy the one-way gutter system, which is like our premium of premiums, they get a Milwaukee M18 leaf blower with the extension on.
What?
No way.
I negotiated that with Home Depot. I can't tell you how cheap.
What does that cost you? I mean, you have to tell us. Tell us.
Tell me.
Yeah, I worked the deal where I get the whole shebang: a Milwaukee leaf blower with an 8 amp hour battery, a charger, and the extended thing for sub $200. So
shut up.
All
right, cool. So I'm gonna need 10 of them. Send me some down. Will you pay for shipping?
Yeah.
I'm trying to find what your one-way gutter guard looks like, man.
It's not. Oh no. I sell a different gutter. It's our one-way gutter system, right?
Oh, okay.
That's a huge deal. Like you should name your gutter system. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Pro Gutter Guard is what we call ours.
We had the Connecticut gutter, and then we had the Lifetime gutter.
Right. And you got to name your whole system.
Yeah, you have to have
that's your top dog, right?
Product. Yeah. You guys have to be value-added resellers. You're not selling a piece of oil. You're selling a system you're building, and it's you. It's your likeness. It's the custom gutter guy system.
Yep.
I love that. I love that. I have a question for you guys. Actually, it was a conversation that I had with like 5 other gutter companies at GutterCon, and I wanted to get y'all's feel on this. How do y'all feel about companies giving a lifetime warranty?
I do it. I've been doing it forever.
How long have you been in business?
Everybody laughs. Like on Facebook group, I've been in business almost 23 years. You know why I don't care? Because anybody that leaves my office and goes to somebody's house could sell their way out of anything. Like I just need to get to your house. I'm not worried about it. First of all, it's a callback. Great. I'll fix the problem and then I'll get you on something else. I just want to come see you and hug you and kiss you and get like Kyle said, put my foot through the door. Like, just get me out there. I have other things I do. I have all kinds of business.
So you do it as a marketing.
No, I don't even get my callbacks are minimal.
No. I'm not worried about doing the actual warranty work. Like that's easy, right?
20 years it never backfires on me ever. Yeah. I've never bought a system. I've never bought a whole system.
Let me ask you this though: if a company's been in business for 2 years, would you recommend them saying lifetime warranty?
If they know how to install, don't lose your shirt. If you're a shitty installer, don't sell with a lifetime warranty. Get your chops, and I would say your chops would take Seth will know, but I say 4 to 5 years to get your chops. Offer warranty, but don't be doing it in a lifetime. You'll be spending more time going back on callbacks than actually on paying jobs.
Yeah, I'm thinking of it less as an installer and more as the salesman. Because whenever I hear lifetime warranty and I look at the history of the company and they've been in business for 1.5 years, it's like, yeah, what am I really buying here? 1.5 years? Because I don't know that your company's going to be here.
Well, don't talk about your.
I worked for some other company, and now I'm doing my thing, and
tell years in the industry, not years in business. It's a simple little shift.
You know what? That's pretty smart.
Why would you not sell a lifetime warranty? It makes no sense to me when people
I offer 5 years.
Not a small person.
I offer lifetime on my gutter guard, but I don't offer a lifetime on my.
Not your lifetime or the client's lifetime.
I know. I feel like I haven't been in business that long. I'm in my head, man.
I'm actually I'm the same as Kyle. I've just done 5 years for the same thing. Like the lifetime thing's a sham. Because we do roofing as well, and everybody sells a lifetime shingle warranty. Right. And it's like
everyone knows what that means.
Yeah, and it's dog shit.
But again, it's the lifetime of the product, right?
So I'm somewhere in between those. So like a BinCon last year, I met Corey, and we're sitting down one night, and like I totally just straight up took this from him because it was great.
Corey's got good stuff.
Yeah, he's
Brilliant.
I like Corey.
I went from a 5-year to a 10-year because he like we're sitting around one night and he just like explained the math on it. Doesn't cost anything, and I do it anyway. Like when that lady calls from 8 years ago and she's like, "My downspout's dented," like we just say, "Yes, ma'am. We'll go change it." We do that anyway.
Right.
Let's start with the fact that the average homeowner is in a house for 7 years.
Right.
Yeah.
Who cares?
True.
They're gone with the wind. They don't care about the new buyer. They're not telling them about the warranty.
Let's twist it. Lifetime of the address or lifetime that you live there?
It's non-transferable.
Okay.
No one cares enough that they're not holding a document like 50 years ago where they used to start it.
This isn't 1980 where you keep your hose warranty, all right?
Listen here. This house is worth $2,000 more. I got a lifetime gutter warranty.
Yeah. All right, leaf filter, sit down. Sit down, leaf filter.
We did that.
Leaf blower for the inside miters. And I'm also giving you spray paint for the pipe cleats. It all comes with have it in the
Ooh, that's an idea.
George is over there making a joke. He's like cast it in bronze and like put it as a plaque and like nail it on the house. Like lifetime warranty and gutters.
This is a historical house. It also has a lifetime warranty with the gutter system.
Laser etched on glass.
I think in my official statement on my website for my warranty that's linked everywhere, it just says non-transferable. So it's a 10-year warranty.
Hey, it's better than the 0 warranty that the next guy offers,
And
hey, I think that I'm about to offer a lifetime warranty because, it's better than that taillight warranty that everybody else gives.
Dude, you could offer it and then you could change your mind later and take it away and don't offer it anymore. Like, try. It's the same thing like when I talk about marketing.
I'll go resell a mitered corner any day of the week. Like,
do it. See what
that doesn't take any time at all.
A/B test it.
Yeah.
See if you close more with it.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of the things that Corey brought out. He's like, just like do your own math from your own calls. Like, have you ever had to replace a whole house?
That's what I'm saying. I've never had to buy a house.
Then what's the big deal? Like,
there's acts of God too, right?
that's all in there.
You can't. The acts of God don't count.
Funny stuff. Well, I had
hailstorms every 6 months
on my house. I go, yeah, you did, right? You got an insurance policy, buddy?
Yeah.
Call them. Then give me a buzz. Like
it just doesn't. It doesn't cost us anything. It doesn't hurt, and most of us are going to be doing that work anyway.
That's right.
So
I don't plan on going anywhere.
Right, but I mean, like you still, even with you have a 5-year warranty right now. If someone calls you from 7 years ago and it's something that's not weather related or something, you're still going to go out there and do it. You're not,
dude. I tell my customers that. I tell them, look, we offer a 5-year warranty, but hey, you know what happens right at 5 years? Something bad goes wrong. If you have a 36,000 mile warranty on your car, 37,000 miles, something breaks. Give me a call if it's after 5 years. I don't care. It doesn't cost me anything to come over here and seal up a mitered corner to make you happy.
Exactly.
And most of the time, let's say you're talking 6-7 years down the road, most of the time it is just age, weather, and things that are.
It's usually well, my warranty says you have to do an annual cleaning at a minimum. It's usually miscare is what problems are. People are just not doing the maintenance.
Right.
So you'll catch you get on the ladder, you're like, you haven't cleaned these damn gutters in 3 years. And now you're going to say it's my fault.
Yeah, you don't have to
offer a lifetime warranty with my services of cleaning once a year.
Well, so we do. That's how we keep our warranties up. You have to have a cleaning or a dusting. We call a cleaning of
What's a dusting?
Gutter cover system. We dust it.
Mm-hmm.
So we charge less than we do a hand cleaning of the gutters.
Take the pollen
but
off,
we still touch and get some money for it.
Ooh.
And it's a recurring service. And if you don't do it, then the warranty. I wouldn't argue it at like the 13th month, but like. I have customers that'll go 2-3 years. We come out, we check the books. They haven't called us. We sent quotes every year. They're not responding, or they're ghosting. And then we get out and there's impacted shit in the gutter. It's like, sorry. And then what do? No problem. Fix it. I'll pay you. Obviously, like it's again. I'm coming out. I'm coming. But if I didn't have that, or they didn't think they may have an angle, they might not have called because they hadn't called in 2 years anyway.
The timing thing is another thing that Corey had brought out. Is like, if you've done something wrong, if there actually is something that's like legitimately warranty related, you're going to know quite quickly.
You want to know that anyway.
But I mean, they're going to call
missing
you.
screws.
Something's going to fall or lean or something.
Yeah.
That's not something that you're not going to get caught blindsided 7 years down the road that there were no screws in a 70-foot piece of gutter.
Correct.
Right.
It's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You know fast.
Yep.
Yeah. The only thing that can go wrong is really the silicone.
I tell people that right up front, I'm big. I sell on the negatives. I actually sell the negatives of everything first. I love that. I pay a lot of attention to that because people will call me like a year later and they're like, "Hey, it's doing that thing that you said it was going to do. How much does it cost to do that other thing that you said we'd do to make sure that doesn't happen?" But I lost my train of thought there.
The silicone.
Oh yeah, but I start off saying like, even the best sealants in Texas last 8 years. That's just
It's the heat.
the heat. We have like extreme heat, and then we have extreme cold. Like it just goes back and forth. And like I like
fast thermal movement.
I like PSCG way more than GeoCell, but like it gets really hot in the summertime, flows really well, and then shrinks up and cracks. And then like GeoCell just
moves better.
It moves better, but it doesn't bond as well. So it'll like pull itself up. And I just tell people like, this is the first thing that's going to happen is that your sealant's going to go bad.
Right.
Your gutter is going to probably last twice as long as the sealant will. And if you put leaf guard on, you're probably going to get a little bit more life out of your sealant because you block some of the UV rays coming down. You're not going to be holding junk composting on top of it.
Seth, I've got a question. Have you tested colored versus clear sealants? Like, does colored last less than clear, or any of those?
I have tested that in silicones. I used to do. We did a good amount of cultured marble showers for a while, and there is a big difference because how does that work? The colorant is an accelerator. Like it makes everything dry quicker.
Yep. Exactly.
However, in gutter sealants, if you're using the silver, that's not a colorant, I believe. I don't believe that's a colorant. That's actually just the color is a product of the makeup. I could be wrong on that, and someone probably
have you ever tried Henry's? Oh god, now I can't remember what the number on it is, but it's Henry's crystal clear. I'll have to get you the number on it. Have you ever tried a Henry's product for your sealant?
I've tried some Henry's mastics before, because like back in the 90s, mastics were big, and that's an automatic no-go. Butyl's are a no-go.
It's not a butyl. This is just a clear. It's Henry's 212.
Henry's 212.
Yep.
Let me
you have to look it up.
Let me look at the picture of it.
So one of my buddies, when I got into gutters, I met this Canadian that had been in the game for 30 some odd years. And he's like, "Oh yeah, there's a lot of money in this." And I was like, "No kidding. I've been thinking about it," because I was in supply and all the gutter guys I supplied sucked. And I was like, "Man, if I just answer my phone and show up, I'll double my income." And I did. I made more than double my income my first year. But I was using Solar Seal and GeoCell, and I kept having issues. Or I ended up having issues a couple years down the road. And called this Canadian friend up, and I was like, "Hey, what was that sealant you switched to?" And in Canada, so any Canadians listening, it's called Korplast, Korplast.
Okay.
And I couldn't get it in the States. They won't ship it over. So he brought me a tube or a couple tubes when he came, and I gave it to one of my suppliers, and I said, "I need you to find me this." And he hunted up, down, side to side. Henry's 212 is the same chemical makeup.
It looks like a rubberized clear sealant.
I've been using it for the last like 4 years now.
So here's the deal. I'm going to add that one to the list because we're going to do a video on sealants. We'll get some and we'll make a video and then we'll freaking put the heat gun on it. We'll stretch it. We'll do all that kind of stuff.
Let's go.
Let's see how it
We're
works.
gonna have a pigeon take a crap on it. We're gonna try everything, man.
If I just taught you something, I'm gonna be so happy. But
we'll see.
Chances are small.
I love testing stuff. If anyone's listening to this and like has a question about some weird product, message me all that crap. I will literally make a video about it.
All right,
we'll compare it.
Listen, and I apologize for you guys at home. We've been rapping and talking to each other and all dialed in. We haven't really been ourselves individually paying attention to the comments. We are now. I'm looking at them. I have Chris Bediant. Chris,
thank you, man. He's commenting like 700 times.
He's killing it. I see him. He's active here, and I apologize, Chris, but he has a great.
Shoot.
Just a request: how to solder. Just a request. Can we touch on how to get more copper jobs? Custom builders, marketing? ? I've known how to solder since a kid, literally, and want to do more copper jobs so bad. It's literally an art. All right, I'll give my 2 cents, and then we could go around the room. We should wrap this soon.
But it's just.
But I'm having a lot of fun.
It's just getting fun.
Seth,
I'm finally not flustered.
Yeah, that Kyle's on ball and he's like got his people skills on. Like
let's go.
My 2 cents. You're not wrong with custom builders. I quit on builders years ago because for all the right reasons. They just make a job twice as hard and long for some reason. They only do this side of the house today, and then you're going to come back in 2 weeks. They own you the minute you're dialed in, or they give you a deposit. I can't deal with that crap anymore. Although I did I would get nice jobs from 2 to 3 select really custom guys. I don't need that anymore. The way to do it, as far as I'm concerned, is you have to learn how to trick out and draw in retail. You got to be the retail guy in your local market. And honestly, in simple terms, and I could get much more detailed on this, or Kyle could get more detailed on it with me. Colin, we'll do this in Gutter School. But what you need to do on the surface is learn how to create content. If you already know how to solder, fantastic. Drop a little bit of money, get 120-foot length of 6-inch half round and an outlet and a couple end caps, and shoot some damn video in your backyard, man. And
or get on a plane with your soldering iron and come see me, and we'll film a Gutter School video if you're really good at soldering.
There you go.
Boom, Chris. He just called you out, dude. Do it.
Video, content. You got to have video. Do a job for a super deep discount and document the whole thing.
That's my first thing, is give 1 or 2 of them away.
Yeah. I mean, coppers, tell them that they have to buy the material. You do the labor for free.
Right.
But you need to document it. You got to create really nice, clean video. That video needs to live on your
put pictures of
Google
it on
My
your
Business,
website,
live on your website, live on all your social media. You got to learn how to play around on social media. And that is how you get the phone to ring to get copper jobs. I will pass the mic, and Seth.
So definitely give 1 or 2 away at as close to cost as you can afford. Don't do like a 600-foot full wrap house for free, but like
50,
reach around, like go through your neighborhood, find a house that's got like a really nice porch, and just offer to do that porch for K-style price.
Tell them why too, because you want to whip the camera out there.
You have a really nice front porch here. I'd like to put a really nice piece of gutter on here and take pictures of it. And then
give you my marketing price so that I could shoot video in your front yard.
Go to Classic, order you a couple crazy tree branch or Art Deco.
The tree branches are dope.
No, they are. But go get yourself a few of those. Do a little job at cost, and then use those pictures to market.
So he just repeated it. Content. Mm-hmm. Colin, you're a big content guy. Kyle, you content guy?
If you go to my website, you'll see a job that we actually did for free installing gutters, and it plays at the local hockey team here in Austin, the Texas Stars. We sponsor them, and it plays twice every game on the Jumbotron.
Nick.
Nice.
It's totally worth it. It's a game changer. It's killer.
With Chris, you were saying something about marketing to contractors. I agree with Frank. Get in front of the retail customers. There's more money to be had, and you have control. You're your boss. Although there is, just like you said, those preferred contractors, the custom home builders that want stuff done the right way.
They'll pay up.
They're the
They'll
ones
pay
that will pay
primo.
you. Don't be the guy that's like, when a contractor calls me, hey guys, I'm going to tell you, I'm not the cheapest gutter guy.
Well, I'm
I'm the
tougher on them
preferred
than the
guy.
homeowner. I treat homeowners great. I'm tough on a builder.
100%.
You
Well,
want
and
me
I tell
like
the builders too.
Yeah.
I tell the roofers specifically, hey, you got a $40,000 roof, right? How long do you want to wait to get that check? Do you want to get it today when I finish the gutters? Or do you want to be chasing that guy that you paid $4 or $5 a foot
Who's that
to
closing
try to
order
get him to fix something?
today?
Yeah,
right.
exactly. Today. Get you paid now because I did it right the first time.
So,
I'm not the
Chris,
gamble.
any of us, any success we've had, honestly, in today's day and age, it's on learning how to be a content creator. I have staff, multiple staffers that are dedicated to content creation that I pay salaries to, that work all day strictly on content creation, post-production, and getting those up in all the places they need to be. It's such an important part of my business that I dedicate multiple people to that. And that's how I generate the revenues I do. That is, now you can't just dive into that. And there's certainly, when I first did that years ago, there was a reach on it. I had to oh, here we go. Can I afford this? Do I want to afford this? Like, am I going to break even? You just cut your teeth on it. You just do it when you get to a certain level because you have to have it because you're that guy. Now, when we go to the house, they're like, you're the guy in the TV on my YouTube, dude.
Yeah.
You're famous. I'm like, I am. They're like, you are famous, and I can't believe you're at my house right now. I swear to God, I've gotten that a million times.
That's
I give
cool.
a little sheepish smile, and I'm like, so I got the job, right? Like it's the game change. It's the game closer.
Right.
I'm going to dissent on the builder quote real quick before we pass it up too much. So people ask me all the time when I mentioned I'm about 50% builder. Okay. That didn't intend to be that way, but the last company that I bought out was like 90% builder, and that really screwed my numbers up. Mm-hmm. My builders get round downspout 6-inch gutter and leaf blaster. So it is possible. It is possible. And I am this close to 2 track home builders right now. And no, only bottom feeders chase track home builders. I have 2 of them right now that I'm really close. They keep calling me back. They're like, we really like what you do, because I'm in builders associations and I do events for them. And we just did one a couple weeks ago where we show what there is in the market and then why it exists and where it can be used. And those tract home builders, they haven't pulled the trigger yet. So I'm not going to pretend that I've got them, but they're literally calling me every week saying, well, quote this house for me. See if
raise the bar. Hell yeah.
We can afford you on this one house. And I'm not stopping till I get those tract home builders at full price. I'm not cutting any slack for that.
See, I'm tired of the smoke and mirrors and the BS, the bullshit the builders pull off. I'm in the highest net worth market in the whole country, arguably. I mean, I literally am definitely in the top 2. Greenwich, Connecticut, the highest net worth market, arguably in the country. I go to houses, people think they have lead-coated copper, and it's fucking galvanized steel. And I'm like, it's the builder. They cheat them, they cut corners, and then I have to come in and pick up all the pieces. Why is this rusting? What? It shouldn't be doing that. I'm like, yeah, you're in an $8 million house. I agree. But you have steel. You know what this is for? A chicken coop. That's what this was made for real.
This is not a barn dominium
garbage. Karen. No, it's not. Yeah. I'm like, can you solder that? I'm not soldering your galvanized steel. Like I can. I've done it. No. I just let the builders screw it up on their own. I just can't. unless there are some gems that are just, they value you. Maybe they were tradesmen themselves,
Yes.
you know, and they're like, finished carpentry background, like those types of guys. Like I do libraries and bookshelves and like they get it. They value it.
Specifically to Chris's question,
Needle in a
literally
haystack,
go
though.
meet the builders, the custom home builders. Just go call them. Like, you can literally
show up on their job sites.
Show up. Or you can literally one at a time cold call a builder and just say, hey man, look, I know you probably got a gutter guy already. Do you do anything outside of K-style? Are you looking for someone that can do a specialty?
But let's call it what it is.
I know how many builders don't even know it's an option.
Exactly.
I've called builders before, and like we specialize in 6-inch K. That's all we do. And when they're like, "Oh, I've got a gutter guy," and they're like, "Oh, do they do 6-inch gutter?" They're like, "What's this? What? There's different size gutters." And it's like, yeah, there's actually like 7 and 8, and there's half round, and there's box gutter, there's flat face. There's a million different profiles of gutter, and they're like, "Holy crap! I had no idea." They just don't know.
Cheesecake Factory menu.
What's that?
It's the menu at Cheesecake Factory, just for a lot of options.
That's right. I want to circle back to Chris's. How do you sell more copper jobs? Kyle, you haven't answered yet. So, and then I'll.
I've done 2 copper jobs, bro, and one of them was for a builder, and then the other one was weird, man. We did a 6-inch K-style for this guy, and he ended up working for a high-end home remodeling lady. And she wanted copper half round with the Section 10 hangers, right? And we just finished them, and I used a company to do them, and they turned out great. But it was like it went from a whole house to like over this one door.
Yep.
And it wasn't the price. It was just because the wife was busy, and the husband said, "I'm paying for this. She's paying for the house. She's busy now. We'll call you later." And I was like, okay. But no, it was, I don't sell a lot of copper, man. We don't have a whole lot of copper jobs to do here in Austin. It's mostly 6-inch K-style.
Man, there's so much copper to do in Austin.
For sure.
From what I've seen, like, holy cow.
I've only seen like 3 or 4 copper gutters in Austin.
Really?
And there is a good amount. There's a company like about to do they were calling me last week. There's an 8-inch half round copper going in Austin right now.
Nice.
You really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there used to be a guy that posted nothing but copper photos that used to live in Austin. But
really, I've never been to those houses. I feel like I'm missing out, man.
Little goodie, and it sounds easier than it is, but it's achievable rapidly. Chris, again, for your question, you need to own the keywords from an SEO perspective. And you need to build pages on your website specific to copper and specific to where, right? So what town, copper, and then you need pages on your website that are built out that speak to that and have photos and copy. And that's the game you play to get the phone to ring via the website.
So getting the phone to ring, that's a longer play, right? Getting ranked for those words and whatnot. That's a longer play, but how you can sell more copper jobs immediately, something that we just started doing here 3 months ago. Historically, we've sold maybe 2 copper jobs a year, right? What we started doing at the new year is I offer copper on every single estimate we go on. Every single house.
No shit.
Yeah.
How does it work out for you?
Actually, so good. A lot of people want like at least a copper accent somewhere. Maybe they don't do the whole house in copper, but they'll do their front porch, or they'll do their back deck where they have people hang out. Or I've had a lot of requests for just copper downspouts, which is a whole debacle. But I actually started carrying a around 4-inch copper downspout with me, and it's like 3-4 foot long. And every single house I go and I set it. And I set it right next to like a 3x4 rectangular.
Do you wear a white glove?
Your walking cane?
Nope, I don't do that.
No.
That one's getting all stained and whatnot, and I'll have to swap it out soon. But no, I don't wear the glove with that. I just offer it always. And so many people, when they see it, they're like, "Oh my gosh, this is actually that's really, really nice. I think I want that." And it's like, cool. It's literally only like 4 times more than aluminum. And they're like, oh, that's it.
Can I ask you something, Colin? I wanna pick your brain, and if you don't do this already, it's a game changer. Do you automatically select copper for their house when you send them the bid, so you can show them the higher price?
That's so we do like good, better, best pricing, right?
Okay.
And we always lead, whether it's a roof, windows, gutters, whatever.
At
we
the highest,
always
right?
lead with our highest price, and it's
Right.
always like so copper first. Even if they've told me they don't want copper 6 times, it's a price anchor, right?
They didn't say it 10 times.
Yeah. If they say no 16 times to me, I don't care. I'm like, okay, so I know you weren't super interested in the copper, but it is my job to still price it for you. And so the copper, blah, 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 is this much. And they're like, yep, okay, don't want it. Or, oh, that's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Okay. And
so
yep.
That's great. That's exactly what you should be doing. And the thing that I was going to get at too is that the reason why you do that is it's a free discount.
Right.
And a lot of people don't realize that is, like we put gutter guards into every job. We have our good, better, best gutter guards, but we put our pro gutter guard in every time, and it doubles the price of the entire job. Which is funny because the gutter is $X, the downspout is $X, but the gutter guard is exactly what those add up to be. It was almost like by design. So whenever we're sitting there talking to them, they're like, "Oh wow, that's a lot. I didn't expect it to be $8,000. Everybody else is about $3,000, and we knew you'd be more expensive, Kyle, but I didn't think you'd be two and a quarter times more expensive." And I go, "Oh, this has gutter guards in it. Did y'all want gutter guards? Y'all have some trees over here." "Oh no, we don't need gutter guards, or we'll clean them out or whatever." "Okay, well, let me take the gutter guards off," and boom, it goes from 8,000 to 4,000, and they're excited about the price now. They're like, "Oh my god, that is such a good deal."
Right.
Yeah,
and you're still not the cheap guy.
The good, better, best pricing is absolutely gold. We use that. We don't call it good, better, best, but
right. Yeah.
I anecdotally, this is something I just love to tell. We get probably 7 out of 10 jobs will go for the most high end, and they will literally say, "We'll take the more expensive one." They'll use the word expensive, and they'll actually say, "We want the more expensive one."
Yep.
So look, to me, it's real simple. Good, better, best. Why it works? I'll give you 2 reasons right off the top of my head. One is you're getting the sale. You're giving them 3 options. They're going to choose one of them. Good, better, best is like, you're not leaving without the sale. Like
yes, or yes, close.
Yes or no. I'm giving you, here's the 3. You're choosing one of them. So I'm getting the job, first of all.
Yeah.
Second of all,
you're giving them 3 prices. That's what they wanted, is 3 prices. Instead of having to talk to 3 guys, you're the 3 guys.
Exactly. And then to Seth's point,
love it.
There's people that shop for Mercedes. There's people that shop for Hyundai. There's people that shop for Pinto. Different strokes for different folks. You give them 3 prices. Some of these guys are going to be the high price guy. They like the good stuff. Give me the goods. Give me the most expensive because that's my style.
Some of the times it's not even the people. We had 2 jobs last week. Demographic wise, you would not expect this. Okay. I get there. The lady's in a shower cap, literally smoking a joint on her break on her front porch.
Cool.
It's a trailer house.
Hey.
I gave the 3 prices. She's like, "No, I want the best one."
She puts it out.
Another house the same day, kind of this older guy, very rundown house, not a really rich city, not a good part of it. I did him the same thing. He's like, "Oh no, I want the good one." It's
why?
Mentality thing. They don't want to get shorted. They don't want you. Don't give me that crap.
There's a reason why. It's because they've worked their entire life for that house, and they want the best for it. They want to protect that house the right way because that is everything they have.
You guys listening at home? You taking notes on this? This is critical stuff here, guys.
I'll take it one step further and then try to sell them back down to mid-grade, like that they don't really need top end, and they'll fight me back.
So here's the point: no one's taking the low end. You're giving them 3 options.
Right.
They'd be damned if they're going to choose that low end option, man. No way. I might
Middle of the road.
one, but I'm not taking that dog shit. Why? I would not want that. Why would you think I'm that type of person? I'm going to choose the low end. No.
What do you think? I'm poor?
Right. It's a violation of their, who you think they are.
Yep.
It's such a strong way to sell.
You also have to be honest about it, though. That I found, like, if you get to a house that's like has no trees around it, you still give them the 3 prices, of course, with the guards. But
you have shingle grit, right?
Yes, but like I will still be like your need for this is going to be minimal. Like it is better, but your need for this is minimal. And they're like, no, let's just do it.
Yeah. People want what people want.
Yeah. Let's one and done this.
Yeah. I had Tommy Mello look me dead in the eyes once and say, Colin, who the hell are you to tell people what they can and can't have?
I've heard him say
it's
that.
your job to offer it.
100%.
Like, you're right. Okay.
Absolutely. Who am I to say that they can't afford it?
Right.
Yeah, that's a big one. Yeah, because sometimes not where you expect.
How dare you?
All right, I want to circle around to one thing real quick. So we were talking about future guests.
Yeah.
Does anybody know? I don't know the guy's name. He's this is before I even know there was a community. I followed this one guy. His company's called DMR Gutter. He's like in Northern Oregon. He does training. This dude's been around for a long time. He drives like a Toyota Corolla with a gutter rack on the top because they're up in the mountains kind of thing, right? This dude does amazing work. And
Surprised you haven't.
I've never met him. I don't know that he's a part of this community. If anyone listening to this...
He's not. I don't think... I've never seen him in the groups. I don't think so.
I don't know. This guy, he's been around...
I don't even know who you're talking about.
Well, this is
I just found him up in Oregon, so
Yeah.
I'll hunt him down.
I've followed this guy for literally 15 plus years. Like, I don't know his name. I just like his work.
So for the record, Seth called dibs. If anybody else tries to,
Yeah, but like I would love to hear from this guy. So if anyone knows
if you're
who
watching
this is,
or you know
try
who
to
he
connect
is, get him to reach out to one of us on Facebook.
Yeah.
Ooh, that'd be a fun one. Him pull up in his Corolla and be like,
last
all right, let's
time
do
I saw that
this.
picture, he's like, we can't bring trailers up around where we are, so we built this Corolla out with this 25.
Oh, no kidding.
It's interesting.
Yeah, like
That's crazy.
And they he shop builds and folds all different kinds of crazy gutter. Like
Yeah, I'm looking at it like he builds his own end caps and
Pelican downspouts that
What is it called, Colin?
DMR Gutter.
If Seth's intrigued, it means something.
No,
There's something going on.
This guy's
here.
amazing.
Very cool. We'll have to check him out.
Oh, wow. That is beautiful. That's cool shit.
And this guy's been around a long time, and I've literally followed his work for years. He's had a website since freaking black and white HTML days.
Wow.
That's really cool.
I'm sure I've seen his website. Oregon, huh?
Yep.
so when are you guys going live again?
All right, so we're doing this weekly. Colin, we're married to Thursday nights. That's our thing, right? Always our jam.
Yes, Thursday nights, 8:00 Eastern on time next week, right?
No, it was Central Time.
Yeah, tonight.
Yeah, tonight was Central.
That's right. Our 2 guests were Central Time, so we honored them.
Yeah, we're from
for
Texas.
8:00.
We had to bring it with
Well,
us.
you guys are, open door policy. You both will be back many times. I mean, Kyle, you and I, we need to talk offline about some other biz. Seth, you're on board at Gutter School.
Yeah, you can't get rid of me.
No, and I want
a contract that says you can't.
we do, and we want you here anyway. You have a lot of knowledge that these guys want to hear from. So you guys are going to be regulars. Colin and I will be back next Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. We'll have some new faces. We vow to have at least. We're shooting for 2 new guests every week. That's our goal. We have a pile of them waiting to get on this. If you're out there listening and you're interested, reach out to us, DM us. Any of our staffers, reach out to anybody you know and let us know that you're interested. What we're going to do too, George, and it was talked about earlier, is maybe build a form on one of the groups or one of the websites so that if somebody wants to apply to join as a guest, they could do that.
Yeah,
But
we're thinking like we want to have like people who want to get on and get like coached by Frank and I. Like, hey, I'm going through this issue. I need some guidance. Like, get on, right?
Yeah, the help me
Help me, yeah.
series, right? Segment, or should I say segment?
Right.
Get an easy button.
And the paternity test says that's a lot. No.
That's right.
He's not your child. We want to. If you need help, get on the damn show and let's talk.
Right.
We will do anything in our power, whether it's knowledge we have, knowledge our friends have, connections we can make for you, whatever you need, whatever you're suffering from. If you are brave enough to get on this show and hash it out with us, we will help you get through it. So
that extends to gutter school too. Like if you have a very specific question about something, some weird question, and you don't want to ask it online, freaking just message. We'll make a video about it.
Message.
It's going to be a busy podcast.
Seth's phone number will be listed on every single video.
Actually, it's literally all over online anyway. It's very annoying how public it is.
So yes,
I left it a voicemail one time.
Yeah,
You want to talk about that before we go? Oh my God, he was so pissed.
Oh my goodness,
that was funny. That just got a laugh, so we'll just like break it down. All right. So
We got to. Now I'm curious.
So when we did our last Gutter Secrets live, I was like, yeah, I'm missing a lot of people. Like ads are just not hitting the way that they usually do. Let's do a voicemail bomb. And so I voicemail bombed. I had a list of 6,000 people, 6,000 existing Gutter businesses.
I remember seeing this on Facebook.
And
it came from a private phone number.
I know. I don't know why that did. Like it's weird because it worked right for some people, and it showed like my actual number. Then it came from private and unknown on others. I don't know. But
you didn't make me very happy that day. And I jumped on Gutter Installer and I was like, this does not work. I do not want to go to your show.
Irreconcilable.
Well, I want to say thank you because of that post. I got like 2 or 3 guys off of that post to buy my damn tickets. Right?
There you go.
So my marketing influenced more marketing, and it was awesome. So
there's no such thing as bad marketing. Everybody just learn that.
Hey, if you screw up, I'm going to be right there to complain about you.
Why are you in my voicemail?
Why are we yelling?
So
loud noises.
Type it in all caps.
Oh my God, hilarious.
Too good. But I never held it against you. I'm glad that I got to actually meet you on this thing. So
seems a little tight right now. I don't know.
Is it? Can we cut the tension? Like,
Kyle is laughing
with a knife.
Oh my goodness.
Well, too funny.
I'll give you a chance to impress me as a person.
All right.
Everybody gets one.
Deal.
Yeah.
Deal.
No,
there we go.
Colin's gonna get 2.
Summary, what Colin and I want to leave you guys with, it's going to be a fast-paced pod every week. We're going to try to hold it to an hour. We're going to move very rapidly. We're going to try to have 2 guests on, and then we want to do a summary of the last 20 minutes and also have that help me segment. So we're going to want to push through it. Of course, we'll go long sometimes, but we have growing families and wives at home. Honey, if you're listening, I'm on my way. I love you so much.
Me too. I'll be home in 30 minutes.
We're in Joe Rogan territory right now.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, man, we're running. So this is...
We didn't even take the halfway pee break, man. What the hell?
Yeah, right? 2 hours, 10 minutes.
No one's smoking cigars. Right. No mushroom consumption yet. I mean, what is going on? You guys are so lame.
Oh man, this was a blast. This was actually, was actually.
This really is fun. There's a lot of synergy here, so we'll definitely do a reboot on this one.
Right.
But thanks for joining.
I feel like I need a new podcast room like Frank's.
Yeah, you do. I know. It's like, Kyle. Wait, Kyle.
$100. You too could have a Chinese late.
That's right.
Just call Jimmy.
Johnny. Just call Johnny. Johnny can build it.
Dude. All right, get off my cameras. Let's go. We're out of here. Wrap it.
All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
All right.
Peace.
See you, everybody.
Tomorrow.